Hi everybody, this is Jackie with Jackie's Journey. Told you on the last video that I was going to be going on a trip, but I wasn't going to tell you where. But some of you got some clues because we posted some things on Facebook, but it was Thailand, and we went to the island of Koh Samui, which is really amazing, and it's very inexpensive. Being on vacation in a place that everything is like our dollar just goes really far is a nice little bonus, because that's not always the case when you go on vacation, right? Happy birthday. It was my sister's birthday, July 4th. Happy birthday, Cindy. And I got your card in the mail and your gift and everything, so I knew I was good because I was in Thailand during your birthday. And then of course I posted. I want to wish her a happy birthday, and I also want to recognize her for all of her support of getting me back in school. Because when back on Divorced with Five, in the video back in the beginning, I think it was like the second video, I did not have a degree. I had a high school education with about 12 college credits and 4.5 years in the Army under my belt. And then I got married, had 5 children, and then facing being divorced with 5 children. That was a challenge, to be going back into the workplace and not have a degree. My sister, who I think was living in either California or she had just moved back to Maine. Anyway, she came to Maryland. She highly encouraged me to go back to school, to the point where she took me to a campus that was close to my house. And at that point, I was still dealing with the shock of the reality that I was the sole caretaker for 5 children. We had moved into our little house, the shack. Now it was up to me to find a decent job, be able to take care of the family. But my sister was very influential. She took me to the college, introduced me to one of the deans, I think, who happened to be that day. And she gave me her card, and she said, because my sister was going to be leaving, and she said, look, you just call me and I'll help you. I got my associate's degree because of her doing that with me. After completing my associate's degree, I was out of school for 2 years, went back into school online, completed my bachelor's degree in business management. The email that I got from my sister pointed out that a very key thing about relationships that I think is interesting, and I wanted to talk about it. And basically she was saying that through some of the studying that she's been doing some independent studying, and she was explaining to me how she was coming into the realization that a lot of times in relationships, whether they're friendships, parentships, you know, mother, daughter, sibling, friend, loved one, partner, husband, wife, whatever type of relationship it is, you come into a place where you have a disagreement, you have an argument, you can't agree on something, you both feel very strongly about a position concerning one particular thing, and it's an opposite position from one another. Anyway, breaking that down to, you have an argument, disagreement, or some type of confrontational that doesn't end well. Well, there are a number of things that can happen. 2 of the main things that can happen. Number 1, you decide that is something you don't want to deal with anymore, to the point where the disagreement becomes the person. You don't want to deal with the person anymore, because it's really related to that disagreement. It's not the person, but the person is being camouflaged by the disagreement. And so you decide, I disagree with that, and so I disagree with that person, so I don't want to deal with that, so I don't want to deal with that person. And some relationships end for months, weeks, months, years, decades, on and on. Or you can agree to disagree, and doesn't mean that you change your position on the way you feel about whatever it is you disagree about. It just means that the disagreement isn't worth the relationship. In other words, that person is not hid behind that disagreement. That person is still there. The disagreement is there, and you choose to disagree, but you still maintain and hold on to the relationship, and you don't let the relationship be camouflaged by the disagreement. That was hard to say, but I hope you get the meaning. And my sister was basically asking me throughout she summed it up to 30 years, and all the experience I've had with raising 5 children, as well as being in a number of different churches, 3 different churches, but in different churches where there are a lot of people, so opportunity for a lot of relationships. She was complimenting me on the fact that I was able to develop and maintain relationships, knowing that that has to happen. And what she was saying was she can see the value in the relationship on top of, or the value is the relationship, not whether or not your point is received and you're correct or you're right, or you're seen as, yes, I was right all along, and see, it was that I'm right, and do you know that yet? And that doesn't matter. What matters is the relationship. And when she read when I was reading her letter, I was number one, impressed with how she put it in such plain wording, and she was explaining a situation that was going on in her life and some studying that she was doing. But I have been struggling to come up with what's my next video, and Hannah's busy, and it's Jackie's Journey. So I said, I've got to come up with my next video. Where am I going with this? And so I thought, that's where I'm going. So along the journey, yes, I've made quite a few relationships, and some are maintained well, and some need additional work to get in touch with people, that kind of thing. But Facebook makes it a lot easier these days. And but anyway, so there you have it. The value of maintaining the relationship over the value of being seen as I was right. I think that's an interesting topic. Well, I hope you enjoyed Jackie's Journey. That's video 22. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And to all my new subscribers, welcome to the journey. This is video 22, so you can go back from 1 to 22. I hope you enjoy the ride as much as I have. I'm going to put some clips of this trip, and I'm going to put together a travel trip as well, just to show some of the current travels, because Jackie's Journey is from the struggling single mom of 5 to traveling the world, and in some cases bringing my friends or my children who are my friends along with me, which is pretty cool. Thanks for joining. See you next time. Bye.